Hi, this is Jim with our back with our my next scratch lesson. If you were here for our last scratch lesson, then you have a game where we have a mouse that runs from a cat, and the cat chases the mouse. And the it's not really a full game yet because when the cat catches the mouse, that's over. It's just he just sits there and nothing happens. And plus, the mouse doesn't really have any objective either, other than to run around the screen. So let's make it a little more of a game. Oh, and if you don't have it, I will upload this to mrstewartslessons.com so you can download the demo and just continue from here if you need to. Okay, so what we want to do, the first thing I'd like to do is give the mouse something to try and catch, and something that we all know mice want to eat, which is cheesy puffs. I'm gonna click here. If I'm in animals, which you would be, then I can press up here. That's going to give me all the possible costumes that I have, or you might have just started out right here in costumes. So the one I'm looking for now is things. And one of the things I can get is cheesy puffs. The cheesy puffs are enormous, so I'm going to click on the shrink button and shrink it down. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to make it so the mouse can grab the cheesy puffs. So what I'm going to do, basically what I want to happen when the mouse gets the cheesy puffs, I'd like him to eat them. I'd like them to disappear, right? So what I'm going to do is first I'm just going to name this cheesy puffs, and not that that matters too much. Now what I want to do is I'm going to have the cheesy puffs look to see if the best way to do it is to have the cheesy puffs look to see if the mouse got them, right? So I'm going to put in a when green flag clicked. This is just going to make the cheesy puffs start their code, just as the mouse and the cat both have a when green flag clicked. So I'm putting in when green flag clicked, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in another forever loop, but this is going to be a forever if, and basically this is going to keep checking and checking. And we used an if statement before. And we used a forever statement before. This is putting the two things together. So I'm going to click on cheesy puffs, make sure I'm working on the cheesy puffs code, and I'm going to put in a forever if statement. Forever means every turn I'm going to look and see if a certain condition is true, to see if something is happening or not. And this is my condition right here. And what we're looking for is to see if we're touching the mouse, which if the mouse gets us, then we're going to be touching the mouse. It's not mouse pointer, right? That's the mouse pointer is my arrow, but the mouse sprite, okay? So if I'm touching the mouse, so this is going to keep checking and checking to see if we're touching the mouse. What we really want to do is make them just disappear. And the way to do that is to hide them. So I'm going to click on looks. Looks affects anything that can change how your character looks, whether he's hidden or shown, or you can change his color. Later we're going to learn how to switch costumes, which is to make him look different. So I'm going to go, there's one called hide down here. And basically what's going to happen is the mouse is going to make the cheesy puffs disappear when I touch it. Let me just show you how that works. And so there it is, right? Now one of the problems, so this works. One of the problems here now is when I click green flag, it's still hidden. So I can't play the game again because the cheesy puffs are gone. They're still hidden. What I really need to do is have the cheesy puffs reappear when I click the green flag and start the game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back, I'm going to go down and I'm going to do show. I'm going to put that right under when green flag clicked. This is going to make the cheesy puffs appear when I start the game. And so now when I click this, you'll see, here we go, they disappear. I stop the game, I start again, and they come back. Now we may want the mouse to try and get more than one cheesy puff, right? So what I can do then is I can click on duplicate, and that's going to create more cheesy puffs And if every time this duplicate button, it looks like a stamp, right? And when I click on this, it just makes a more cheesy puffs. So we're going to have more. And if I click green flag, you'll see they're all right in the middle. So I can move them to different places in the screen to sort of spread the game out. Okay, so now when I click here, the mouse can collect all the cheesy puffs. And in the next thing, we're going to actually make it so that he can count up a score. What I'd like to do now, though, is if the cat catches the mouse, I'd like for the game to stop as well. So here's how we're going to do that. I'll move the cat and I'll move the mouse over. The way I'm going to do that is I'm going to go over to the cat script. So I'm going to click on here. So I'm working on the cat now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in another if statement here. I'm going to go to control. I'm going to put in another if statement down below here. And I'm going to say go to sensing. And we want to say if we're touching the mouse, right? So touching, and I'm clicking on mouse, not mouse pointer again, but mouse. If I'm touching the mouse, then what I want to do is I'm going to say gotcha, and I want it to stop the game. So here's how I'm going to do that. If I want to say something, that's inside looks. So I'm click on looks, and notice there's something that says hello, or says hello for 2 seconds. Okay, so we can change what it is that we want to say. So I'm going to say, click on hello, and I'll type gotcha for 2 seconds. And I'm going to put this in here. And now, I don't want the game to keep going if that you've lost the game if the cat catches you, right? So we're going to say gotcha for 2 seconds. And then what I want to do is stop everything because the game's over. So I'm going to click on control. And one of the things at the bottom of control is stop all. That's going to make the whole game stop. So I'm going to put that underneath say gotcha for 2 seconds. And now I'm going to click on the green flag, and we'll see what happens if the cat catches the mouse. And that's it. Game's over. And so if I want to start the game again, I'm going to have to move the cat and mouse to different places, and we'll fix that next week. Next lesson, we'll make them start in different places more effectively. But now we do have a bit of a real game here with an objective and an opponent who's trying to stop you. And we'll improve it more in the next lesson. See you then.